Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. Rest of today's video. Beer's courtesy of Billy. Thanks much, Billy. I really appreciate it. It's also Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I try to test my palate, drink something outside the norm, a mystery beer, coffee, a spirit. This is definitely one that's outside the norm. It falls under that category. So it's Firestone Walker, and I just noticed. Okay, the side still says Firestone Walker, but the front just says Firestone. Never noticed that. 2022 Daisy's Favorite Vintage, number one. Imperial Blonde Ale aged in gin barrels. See what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I've ever had that before. I will read the back. If you're not interested, just fast forward. The first paragraph's the same as the last one of these I did. Well, last of these most recent ones that Billy sent, so I'll skip that and get to the specific thing about this beer. And I've now wasted enough time that I should have just read it. The name Daisy's Favorite is a nod to one of the Great Gatsby's iconic characters and to the story's defiant embrace of illegal spirits during the Prohibition era. The idea for this beer began when we secured some unique, once-filled gin barrels made of new American oak. We then aged our Eldorado blonde barley wine in these barrels. Oh, rad. I didn't realize this was Eldorado. I actually have, it's got to be off camera because it's the last one in this row, a 2015 Eldorado. That I don't see it, so I don't, hesitant to drink it. So that's cool that they took that, it's a blonde barley wine, and they put in these barrels for 14 months to maximize the oak influence. The result is a rarity, a gin barrel-aged beer with all of the floral, botanical goodness you might expect, masterfully married with wood-inspired flavors of vanilla, caramel, and baking spices. Okay, I didn't read that until just now. So yeah, I had no idea it was Eldorado specifically. Imperial Blonde Ale. Yeah, like it didn't even say blonde barley wine, so yeah, I was not thinking Eldorado. Okay, I was already excited for this beer, but now I'm even more excited. ABV, 12.7% ABV, that's what I was looking for. Right, let's get into it. Hope everyone's having a good day, good life, good week, good whatever amount of time you want to focus on. Good 10 minutes or so for this beer review. Nice orange color for sure. You can, see through it a little bit and all that. Good carbonation. The head's off-white a little bit. Small bubbles, sticking the side glass more than the center, but there's still some head in the center. Breaking up into medium, not quite large bubbles. Yeah, looks pretty. Let's see about, definitely some legs, a little bit of lacing, not much. Let's get to the aroma. That's cool. So I do get like almost like a cross between caramel and orange marmalade. I see they're botanical. Like I get it. It's not, but it's not like full on like potpourri floral, Attached to that orange marmalade, almost like this slight, stop playing with it, slight molasses note. The orange, it's interesting, because like I've had gins that orange peel was one of the things they used to flavor it. I'm not saying that any of the gin they used did that, but like it kind of reminds me of that. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. There's also like a little bit of a butterscotch note, but it's not as sweet as butterscotch. Smells good. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Billy. That's fun. That's fun. So the last one I did, which I'm trying to think when I would have posted, like a week ago, I guess at this point, was cocktail inspired explicitly. This one, I mean, it has the gin, but it's not like cocktail inspired. But the reason I bring it up is I think because I haven't had a ton of beer aged in gin barrels. I've had some, but not a ton. I don't think any of them were... Well, actually, maybe some were barley wines. Maybe I have had a style like this before. I don't know. Anyway, too lazy to look it up ahead of time, obviously. Didn't even read the box till on camera. Anyway, this drink's like a cocktail-inspired beer, but I think it's just because it has that prominent gin note. They're talking a lot about oak. Yeah, I get a little bit, but 14 months of oak, it doesn't drink that heavy. So like if you like a little bit of oak, which is probably, I'm trying to think how much oak I ever want. Like I definitely don't want too much, This does not have too much, I guess is a short way of saying that. It has some, but it has more than nothing, but it's not like a dominant note for me. So it's got a little bit of a hop bite. You get that caramel thing. So I think the orange I kept harping on is what the hops are bringing, like trying to fight through everything else to showcase. And it just happens to pair really nicely with the gin and like the barley wine stuff, right? Then like the sweet barley wine notes, caramel, that like butterscotch thing. I'm not getting a ton of dried fruit. I don't remember, because there's not a ton of blonde barley wines. I don't know if it's like what goes into it, like where some of the darker ones are more likely to kick out the dried fruits, or like figs and dates, that kind of stuff, whereas these ones don't as much, but like I'm not getting that much. The gin is cool. Again, it just brings like this cocktail. It just, man, I'm in the mood for a big beer or a cocktail. This, scratches both of those itches. It totally falls in that realm. Man, I like the smell. I'm getting more and more. Again, it's not quite potpourri, but I'm getting more of the botanicals and the aroma than I am on the taste. But there's some there in a very fun way. Vanilla, caramel, and baking spices. All right, everyone, get ready. Vanilla Police does not get much vanilla. Caramel, I would have the same exact note. Baking spices, and I've already read that. I'm kicking myself a little bit because I totally get that thing. It's funny, I had some Indian food for lunch, and it had chunks of like cinnamon and some clove. I forget what else was in it, but like I totally get what they're going with as a descriptor in this beer, and I'm kind of mad at myself because I recently had some of those flavors, 6 hours ago at this point. Kind of mad at myself that I didn't think of that independently, and not even independently, I already read it on the box. Because I definitely get some of those baking spices. It's subtle. It's like, it doesn't drink like rye, but like how that's spicy, like it's kind of like hitting me like that spiciness, but specifically baking spices. Man, I'm really... When I turn the camera off, like that's the thing that's going to bug me for the rest of the night, is like, how did I not think of that? Like, it's totally there. More the taste than the aroma for me. It's interesting. I get more of the botanical in the aroma, and I get more of the baking spice in the taste. Man, that's a good pull. I am mad about that. But how did I say orange? I get a decent amount of orange. Anyway, it's delicious, and it's fun, and I'm really happy. Totally fulfilled what I wanted to be sipping on this Tuesday. What are you guys sipping on, or what do you plan on opening, or have you had this beer before, or have you had any beer aged in gin before? Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check them out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both of those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.